Bombshell, Bruce Orr colluded with Mueller's second-hand man, by Amy Moreno for TruthFeedNews.com. A new bombshell report reveals that Robert Mueller's Russia probe, Pitbull, quote, has been compromised far worse than Peter Strzok. Andrew Weissman stands accused of colluding with DOJ official Bruce Orr to take down President Trump. By being briefed on the highly refuted anti-Trump dossier, which was bought and paid for by crooked Hillary Clinton and the DNC cronies. From Fox News, embattled Justice Department official Bruce Orr had contact in 2016 with then-colleague Andrew Weissman, who is now a top Robert Mueller deputy, as well as other senior FBI officials, about the controversial anti-Trump dossier and the individuals behind it. Two sources close to the matter told Fox News. The sources said Orr's outreach about the dossier, as well as its author, ex-British spy Christopher Steele, the opposition research firm behind it, Glenn Simpson's Fusion GPS, and his wife, Nellie Orr's work for Fusion occurred before and after the FBI fired Steele as a source over his media contacts. Orr's network of contacts on the dossier included former FBI agent Peter Strzok, former FBI lawyer Lisa Page, former Deputy Director Andy McCabe, and Weissman, and at least one other DOJ official and a current FBI agent who worked with Strzok on the Russia case. Weissman was kept in the loop on the dossier, a source said, while he was chief of the Criminal Fraud Division. He is now assigned to special counsel Robert Mueller's team. The list includes several figures who have since attracted the scorn of President Trump as he decries the Russia probe and those involved in its early stages. Trump has been particularly tough on Orr, given his wife Nellie's past work for Fusion GPS, as the president alleges bias against him inside the department. Just Thursday morning, Trump complained on Twitter about Nellie Orr's Fusion work and exclaimed Bruce was a boss at the Department of Justice and is unbelievably still there. Orr's broad circle of contacts indicates members of FBI leadership knew about his back-channel activities regarding the dossier and Steele. Congressional Republicans are still trying to get to the bottom of Orr's role in circulating the unverified dossier, which became a critical piece of evidence in obtaining a surveillance warrant for then Trump campaign aide Carter Page in October of 2016. Orr was grilled by House committees behind closed doors for 7 hours earlier this week. A Republican-authored House Intelligence Committee memo released in February said that Steele maintained contact with Orr before and after the government fired the ex-British spy as a source. Shortly after the election, the FBI began interviewing Orr, documenting his communications with Steele. The memo said, for example, in September of 2016, Steele admitted to Orr his feelings against then-candidate Trump when Steele said he was desperate that Donald Trump not get elected and was passionate about him not being president. In addition to Orr's handwritten notes, reviewed by Fox News showed that 2 weeks after the election on November 21st, he made a list including Page, Strzok, and the FBI agent, which many have been a reference to a meeting. No prosecution yet. Push case ahead on M. May go back to Chris, he wrote. Congressional investigators told Fox News they believe the M likely refers to former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort, who recently was convicted on tax and bank fraud charges in Virginia and the Chris is Christopher Steele. That same month, Steele was fired by the FBI as a confidential source over his contact with the media about the dossier. According to court records, an FBI memo also states that Weissman met as early as April 2017 with a group of reporters about Manafort. The timing appears significant, coming 1 month before FBI Director James Comey was fired and Mueller was appointed to lead the special counsel team. Republican lawmakers who questioned Orr earlier this week say the connections between Bruce Orr and his wife Nellie, who did Russian research for the opposition research firm behind the dossier, were known. When they went to court, the FBI knew 3 important things, and they did not disclose this to the court. Representative Jim Jordan said they knew the Orr's involvement in the production of the dossier. They knew that Christopher Steele had this extreme bias against the president. And they knew who paid for the dossier. And they did not disclose these key facts to the court when they were there to get the warrant to spy on Carter Page and the Trump campaign. Fusion GPS and its co-founder have not responded to Fox News' questions for this story or previous reports. You wonder why? While Fusion GPS's financial records were the subject of a lawsuit and are not public, sources told Fox News that Nellie Orr received multiple payments in 2016 from Fusion GPS, and the amounts were not small change. Fox News contacted lawyers for the current and former officials with whom Orr was in contact, as well as Mueller's office, and they declined to comment or did not respond. Are we surprised that Mueller's office didn't respond? House Democrats say the focus on Orr, a career civil servant whose portfolio did not include Russia, is being mischaracterized by Republicans. Of course, that's what the Democrats are going to say. And his outreach on behalf of Steele was not prohibited or unlawful as part of a fact check provided to reporters. Representative, oh my God, Elijah Cummings, that criminal, and Gerald Nadler said in fall 2016, the FBI ended their formal relationship with Mr. Steele as a confidential human source due to his unauthorized disclosures to the press, not because of any factual issues with the dossier. No, that's totally believable. Or other information Mr. Steele had provided. The senior Democrats continued. When Mr. Steele subsequently reached out to Mr. Orr with additional information, Mr. Orr appropriately handed it off to the FBI investigators to assess its credibility, and we saw how well they did with that, and potentially corroborate with other evidence. Yeah, right. What evidence? At the time, Mr. Orr was the director of the Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force, and it was not his job to vet the accuracy of this information himself. Yeah, listen, let's be real here. Mueller was appointed by Rosenstein, okay, because Sessions recused himself. So he put Rosenstein is a rat. He put Mueller in there. This was a whole coup d'etat. It was an absolute coup d'etat. Everything to take down a duly elected president. And Mueller is just as responsible as Weissman. They knew the phony dossier was fake. They continued to press forward. The Democrats are in Hillary's pocket, and they're rooting for her. And they should all be held accountable, because this is absolutely unbelievable in this day and age for this kind of a coup to take place. It's like a banana republic. These people were there to take out Trump. That's all they were there for. So Rosenstein hired Mueller, and Mueller puts Weissman with Orr. And they're saying that the Democrats are saying Elijah Cummings, that criminal who should be behind bars for what he does to this country. And they're saying, oh, that it's not unlawful, and they're mischaracterized by the Republicans, excuse me, and that Orr had to bring it to the FBI. The FBI was in on it. Comey was in on it. All of them were in on it. Strzok, Page, they were all out to get Trump out. All because of Hillary Clinton. Hillary Rotten Clinton has caused all this chaos in this country. That rotten witch. Because you know what? I think now her time is coming. Wait till after the midterms. I'm just telling you, prepare yourselves, because Trump is going to go full force on these characters. You have no idea. We have no idea what's going to take place after this, because they're not going to get away with this. Or it seems he spilled the beans on Hillary, or what was going on with Weissman and Mueller, and how they tried to get Manafort. They couldn't find anything on Trump yet. And the thing is that Mueller continued this investigation under false pretenses and cost the taxpayers this kind of money. And how about the aggravation and trying to smear Trump to that degree, to the nut job liberals? I mean, and all the chaos in the streets that were caused because of all of this, because of Hillary. You know, there are no words to describe what was taking place. Unbelievable. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.